Hi, we're going to take another look around the Zenithink ZT180 1 GHz ARM11 10-inch Android tablet running Eclair Android 2.1. This is running the 809 firmware released late August 2010. It's a big improvement on the firmware that was running on this device before. We still don't think it's ready for sale, but here we are. We're going to show you around the device in any case. First of all, just a little look at the sort of home screen setup they've got. You'll see that it looks fairly like a normal Android setup, but the app launcher is a bit different here and the icons are different at the top. That's because they're running a theme called, or rather a home called ADW with a theme, so it's a little bit dressed up. And it's not such a bad thing, but I guess it's some people would dislike that's there as the default home, because it means that that'll be a little tricky to remove and revert back to the normal home potentially. Basically, if you press the home button up in the icon up in the launcher bar there, you've got 5 home screens that you can switch between, and then you've got a nice animation for the app tray going back to home, and you can set 2 programs as shortcut items here, and they've pre-configured the browser and their file manager. But that's about it really. One of the programs that I've put on here actually is a power widget for different volume controls within Android. Android keeps separate volume levels for a whole bunch of different things, and rather irritatingly, the buttons here for increase and decrease volume relate to the ringer volume, and this is never going to ring, it's not a phone. So what you really want is volume control for things like your alarm, your music and media playback and what have you. Taking a look at what applications are on here, there's really not a great deal. It's just a fairly standard Android installation. Perhaps a slight improvement on what was on here before, because before there was a lot of Chinese applications. Pretty much all they've pre-installed on here is a file manager, notepad, real player, an RSS reader down here, SAM, which is SlideMe, an alternate marketplace, because they haven't yet got the Google Marketplace working. You'll see that there's no Google Calendar, Google Contacts or Google Mail application as yet working on here, another reason why we think it's not quite ready. You've got the Google Maps application and navigation, although no built-in GPS. They've also pre-installed Skyfire and a Task Killer app. So fairly basic at this time. What I'm going to do is show you the performance of the video player, as I think really that's probably something to show you that's worth looking at. If I go onto my SD card, I've got a bunch of videos in here. I'm going to show you how the video performance is for some different sizes and formats. First thing I'm going to show you is just a basic trailer, which was encoded for a 7-inch device, so it's encoded at 800 pixels wide by 336 tall, which is a letterbox format. So smaller resolution than this screen. Obviously it plays the file with ease. I can jog through with ease. The picture actually looks pretty good, even though it's being upscaled. I know there's a lot of glare on the screen right now, but it looks very good on the screen. Just going to come back out here and increase the volume of the media. Okay, next I'm going to show you the same trailer, again encoded as an MP4, the preferred format for Android. This is encoded at 1024 pixels wide, still letterbox format, so it's only 432 tall, but it's encoded at 2000 kilobits, 2 megabits per second. So we would expect a very good picture, perhaps optimal picture, with that file. I think it'll be difficult to make a comparison with the video, with the view you're getting through YouTube, but definitely this is a clearer picture.
I'd like to talk to you about a fresh start in a new world. You'll be making a difference. This is your fault. I need your help. Outstanding.
Now the sound's a little tinny, but what's nice about the Zenithink is that there are two speakers, one on the bottom left here and one on the bottom right of the device, and the volume is actually pretty loud, especially seeing as this still isn't maximum volume. So as I say, a little tinny, but you could certainly hold this and have a number of people viewing the device and watch a film without the need for headphones or an external speaker. Obviously if you wanted better quality sound, then you would use an external speaker. But anyway, the video clarity there, very, very good. Going to take a look now at the original file that I used to encode those MP4s, which was downloaded from Apple, so it's in an Apple MOV format. And the original file is 1920 pixels wide by 800 tall. So just going to show you that.
I'd like to talk to you about a fresh start in a new world. You'll be making a difference.
Ships, bows, and arrows.
I guess we better stop it.
Now that pretty much works, but it's not quite satisfactory. And just to show you that we're at the limits of what the device can do, and it's fair enough considering it's not even like it's an MP4 file, it's a full quality Apple movie file. I've got another clip from Avatar at 1920 by 1080, so it's a full 1080p video. Let's take a look at that.
So where are we going?
Getting out of Dodge. Not about to let Selfridge and Quaritch micromanage this thing. There's a mobile link up at Site 26 we can work at it. Way up in the mountains.
Hallelujah Mountains?
That's right.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yes!
It just about played it and eventually bombed out at the end there. Obviously you wouldn't be trying to play a 1080p video on this anyway, especially seeing as there's no video out, there's no reason. But it's good to know that resolutions higher than the device can display, within reason, will play quite nicely on the device. Now Android is completely confused. Let's see if we can still use the... Yeah, let's try and load another video I was going to show you. So next video I was going to show you is downloaded from Microsoft's website. This is a 720p WMV file in HD. So let's see how it handles a Windows movie file in HD. Plays instantly, looks beautiful. Can jump through the video. Now unusually it's lost its sound, and this did have its sound playing earlier. I suspect that it's because we just crashed the video player with that 1080p video. But I can tell you from a cold start that this HD WMV file plays very, very nicely. I was very impressed with this. Two more videos I'm going to show you. One, they're both wrapped up as AVIs. The first is encoded as a DivX, and the second as an exvid. Now the resolution on these isn't high, and I haven't got any videos just to hand to try higher resolution. I think the resolution on both of these is a merely 640 pixels wide, so it'll be upscaling them. But we'll first of all take a look at the AVI encoded as a DivX. You notice there it's just a little bit slower to start the video, but it does so without any issue. But still the video looks good, it's smooth, the sound is there, and we can jog through the video without any problem. And we'll look now at the exvid.
Now try your best to take off. Brush up. On. What am I doing? She's right.
Picture's good, sounds good, you can jump around the video fine. So pretty impressive. So we've played MP4s very nicely at 1024 pixels wide, the width of the screen, and potentially a little higher at high bit rates, and MOV files, but not too big. Happy with WMVs and Xvid and DivX. So pretty good video playback on the Zenithink ZT180. We just take a quick glance at how web browsing is working at the moment. We're connected to Wi-Fi, no problem, and the Wi-Fi range on this is respectable, not as good as a laptop, as good as a mobile phone. Certainly no problem or delay moving around a page with plenty of content on it. Screen sensitivity and responsiveness is good.
Hi YouTube, my name is Mark. Many people know me as Hardly Normal on Twitter. I started something called InvisiblePeople.tv, where I empower homeless people to
And YouTube starts full screen, which is nice.
That is homelessness. It really is. It's very... Another one said poverty and actually make history. So here's the deal.
So YouTube works very reliably on that.